Celebrating 21 years of women in small business, Minister of Small Business Development, Honorable Lindiwe Zulu, hosted her first engagement, paying homage to South African female struggle icons while providing a platform to women in small businesses and cooperatives to share and gain insight for building competitive businesses. Guests were warmly welcomed by Acting Director General Lindokuhle Mkhumane.
Welcome, feel free. Today I hope it's going to be one of those significant days in terms of our support as government to women-owned enterprises in particular.
To commence the proceedings, trailblazing women were invited onto stage to share their lessons of success and challenges experienced during their entrepreneurial journey.
Our success is based on going out and seek business. There's no business that comes to us. We go out and seek business. We've trained more than 3,000 learners in learnerships.
Honourable Minister graced the stage and shared insights and objectives of the Department of Small Business Development.
Wow, it is so stunning to see all these beautiful, stunning women that are here today. Namukelekile la kule ndawo yethu ebeloku sisebenza kuyo for the past year. This is what we call the DTI campus. And I know many keep on saying, ufunani lapha DTI? When are you going to leave the DTI? I have no intention of leaving this building. I just don't have the intention of leaving this building because this building is very well known to be the center for trade and industry and all the good things that women want. It's Women's Month. For some reason, I'm standing here and wishing that we could just close this place and it becomes our life forever. It feels so good. The warmth that is oozing out of here of women that are doing things for themselves. I wish we could be protected like this 365 days, 24 hours a day.
With that said, Program Director Tami Ngobeni opened the panel discussion.
There is a lot said internationally and here in our own country about the role that small businesses play in job creation and in being able to ensure that we get a sustainable economic development. And I think from that we need to then be able to ensure that at all times we are locating our work in the SMMEs and co-ops arenas within the broader economic policies. And I thought that it would be useful just to flag for us as background for us to think about that the new growth path adopted by government in 2010 identified 5 jobs drivers, recognizing that placing jobs and decent work at the center of our economy is what's going to create sustainable development. We said as government that firstly, a public sector driven and funded investment in infrastructure would be a critical part of a new growth path. So we have all seen that moving forward. We've seen the SIPs, we've seen the PICC organizing around that. The question that we should be asking is, what is the role of women? Women-owned businesses, women workers, women engineers within those fields.
One of the things that we do in South Africa as the UN is to sit with government and strategically think through issues, because South Africa is an upper middle income country and the UN realizes we cannot give money, but we can think through issues together. And one of the things that we have done, therefore, is that Nomvula seated there has had an on and off partnership with me. So I was telling the minister, I'm not interested in this on and off partnership. I want something concrete so that we can look together and say, what are the challenges? One of the things we have found is that women's businesses usually do not go beyond 18 months. And why? So when we ask those questions, we sit down together and we say, one is some of the things that have been mentioned here, skills. If you don't have a skill, you cannot grow your business. The ability to do market survey and be able to say, my business is here, but for it to grow, these are the areas that I need to scan and understand. If you don't do that, you are competing with big companies, and we are calling ourselves small businesses even though we want to grow big. So my challenge to the department is, how do we create partnership between small businesses and big businesses, so that there's the mentorship that we're talking about and accompanying each other?
You know, a friend of mine once told me that life is 10% what is given to you, but 90% is how you respond. And so, whenever I meet someone, it is not about where you came from, about anything that's got to do with your history. It's about how you respond. And so it's important that we keep that reminding us. Walking in here, I saw Oskoni Mashaba, and I thought of her enterprise, Black Like Me. You know, we have women, we have people who have built significant enterprises. And not today, in difficult times, in apartheid South Africa. And so how much more can we do today? You know, just the other day, I tweeted a list of all of the scholarships and bursaries that we have in the country. We have got thousands of bursaries and scholarships that are available. The only difference is just for us to be able to get that information out to the schools so that young people know and they can make sure that they are preparing themselves for these opportunities, because that's what it's about. It's about us being able to make sure that, you know, not only are we prepared, but that young people growing up are prepared for the opportunities. And the first thing is through their education. So it is important that we are getting this message out on what bursaries, what scholarships are available there today. Each and every woman seated here has got the ability to go to one school. Just go to the school that you went to and speak to young people there about the opportunities that are available for them in terms of education. It is critical.
The textile industry is the most cost-effective way of creating jobs in this country. So more people need to believe in their talent. Parents, please support your kids, because sometimes what kills the dream is parents who are not supportive. Artists are not dumb. We're not going to die paupers. Support us, please.
The floor was then opened for the question and answer session.
My name is Maki Dukole. I'm also a fashion designer. Throughout the years, we've had a problem that even if we want to take our ethnic wear out of our country, the quality of our fabrics is very terrible. So whatever we wanted to produce, we ended up producing Western garments rather than our African and ethnic wear. Number two, we find that even in clothing, you find that designers, there are small clusters, small places where they do production. And yet, even if we go international fashion shows, when an order comes for a lot of garments, we have no infrastructure, we have no support, nothing whatsoever.
We always apply or send our tenders to our partners or something, and in 2 or 3 months time they always say it's already full. What do we do about that?
Okay, so you're finding that Gauteng is a competitive market?
Yes.
Gauteng is the hub. There's thousands and millions of people who are in Gauteng and they're all looking for opportunities. It just means you must really sharpen yourself up. I know that for women in particular, when it comes to the opportunities in the tendering, it becomes very difficult. It's also about you ensuring that you do everything that you do on time.
The small business and cooperatives were given an opportunity to exhibit and showcase their products and services.
It was a nice function. I mean, for us, we are very fortunate that we got a call from the Department of Small Business Development, and then they invited us here come, and this is the second time actually we're being invited to a function of the new Small Business Department.
We'd like to thank the Minister for the opportunity to give us such exposure, to come and display and promote our drink in terms of giving a tasting promotion, and also for sharing the information that they shared with us today.
Minister of Small Business, all what I can say, as small businesses, we need your support. As a woman, I'm creating employment out there, but we really need your support. Not necessarily in terms of money, but we need trainings, access to market, and then money will follow.
The Department of Small Business Development. Small business is big business.